going to be looking at 1 Samuel chapter 10, and Samuel has just anointed Saul. Actually, he hasn't anointed Saul as king yet. He's about to get ready to anoint Saul as king. He basically has just told him that God has chosen him to be king over all of Israel. And so Saul has dinner with Samuel, and they eat together, and then Samuel is about to send Saul on his way, and he sends him away. And in chapter 10, verses number 6 through 7, Samuel anoints Saul, and he pours the oil on his head, and he starts to prophesy over Saul, and he says these things are going to happen when you leave. 2 people are going to say, hey, the donkeys that you've been looking for have been found. You don't need to look for them anymore. And then you're going to walk down a little further, and 3 guys are going to come. They're going to be playing instruments of joy and praise to God. And then another time, there's going to be some guys who come, and they're starting to prophesy, and then you're going to prophesy with them. And something's going to happen to you. God's going to do something in you. And it says, go and do whatever your hands find to do after this, because God is going to be with you. And something interesting that I find in chapter 10, verse 9, and I just want to read it. It's a couple words, but that's it. It says, as Saul turned to leave Samuel. So he's turning to leave. Samuel has just told him all this interesting stuff, and he's turning to leave. And it says, as he turns to leave Samuel, God changed Saul's heart. God changed Saul's heart. And that's all I really want to talk about today, is that God changed Saul's heart. I don't know about you, but that is my goal, is for God to continually change my heart into whatever He wants to change it into. Whatever He wants to do in me, whatever He wants to say through me, wherever He wants my heart to be, I want Him to change my heart into His heart. And honestly, that's a hard thing. It's easy if you just let God do it, but the hard thing is just letting God do it. You know, there's been so many times where I feel like God wants to move me in a certain direction, or God wants to do a little something, and it's almost like I put up this resistance. Like I'm not sure if I'm ready for that, God. I'm not totally ready for that. But man, my desire is that God would just change my heart. And I think being open and willing to that is the first step. Is to not holding back. Is to just say a simple prayer and say, God, change my heart into what you want it to be, what you want it to look like. And then just let Him do it. We strive and we try and we work so hard to get where we think we need to be. And God the whole time is saying, let me change it for you.